This right here is Marjorie Taylor Greene at her best. Watch as she gets into a fiery exchange with this man right here, over $42 billion that somehow went missing. You guys are not going to believe some of the claims that this man makes.
Consequences of the Biden-Harris administration's policy failures. Policies that do not deliver results for the American people, who are the taxpayers, are complete failures. Spending money and allocating money is not a policy of success. It's the outcome of the money that has been spent based on the policy. So I'd like to talk through this one that I find absolutely shocking, especially given that my district is a rural district in Georgia. This is in 2021. President Biden taps Kamala Harris to lead effort to close digital divide. The White House released their remarks by President Biden, an address to a joint session of Congress. And in the process, it will create thousands and thousands of good-paying jobs. It creates jobs connecting every American with high-speed internet, including 35% of the rural America that still doesn't have it. This is going to help our kids and our businesses succeed in the 21st century economy. And I'm asking the Vice President to lead this effort, if she would. Vice President replied, "Of course." The President said, "Because I know it will get done." Now, fast forward to 2024. Here's the headlines. Why has Joe Biden's $42 billion broadband program not connected one single household? Maybe it's because, this is also in the headlines, that Harris announces plans to help 80% of Africa gain access to the internet, up from 40% now. Talk about a policy failure. Talk about not delivering results to the American people. Spending $42 billion, yet not having one household connected to the internet.
Welcome back to Capital Insights. Today we're diving into a heated topic making waves in Washington. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene criticizes the Biden-Harris administration's $42 billion broadband initiative. According to Greene, not a single household has been connected.
Is that actually true? Not one home got internet?
That's correct. In Georgia alone, there's about 257,000 homes and businesses that lack internet today. So that's potentially millions of people that were supposed to be connected through this program. $42 billion was enough money to actually end the digital divide in this country with competent implementation. Unfortunately, we have not cleared that hurdle. We have stories out right now that describe the implementation as chaotic, dysfunction, delays, no guidance, finger pointing, messy, delayed rollout. That's just not getting the job done.
That's right, Mr. Carr, and many of those homes and businesses are actually in my district, and they're outraged. You know, we're over $35 trillion in debt. Biden-Harris administration has been in charge for nearly 4 years, but not one home and business has gotten internet. It's outrageous. This is so concerning to me. How can the woman, Kamala Harris, that is telling the country right now she wants to be president of the United States, actually ask for this job if she has not been able to deliver what the president assigned her to do, which was to take that $42 billion and provide internet to the American people? I find that hard to believe because I own a construction company, and when we get hired to do a job, guess what? We deliver it. Let me ask you a question. Under the Trump administration, in 2020, the FCC awarded Starlink $885 million to serve 642,925 homes and businesses that lacked internet. What happened to that program?
Well, last year, after President Biden went to the White House podium and said that Elon Musk is worth being looked into, the FCC abruptly reversed course and yanked back that award. And now in other programs, the ones that are actually connecting people under this administration, we're spending dollars on the penalties. Senator Cruz recently had a report showing that in some cases we're spending $100,000 per home for broadband, when with that Starlink deal, it was $1,300. I don't think there's any way to explain the FCC's decision other than to go back to Joe Biden giving the green light to agencies to go after them.
So, what has happened in the process of $42 billion being allocated for Americans to get internet? Why has that not been able? Why can't Kamala Harris deliver those results?
Look, after 1,039 days and no Americans being connected, what they've been doing so far is advancing a wish list of progressive policy goals. They've been pushing for DEI requirements, climate change agenda, preferences for government-run networks, rather than just focusing on getting people connected.
You know, thank you very much, Mr. Carr. That's exactly what the American people are so fed up with, is so-called policies that actually never deliver results for the American people. I yield, Mr. Chairman.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize that when federal government money just somehow goes missing, I happen to think that might be a correlation with corruption. $42 billion is a substantial amount of money. If you had that much money, you could buy islands, you could buy countries, yet somehow the federal government is not aware where that money truly went. This is what happens when we have thieves in the White House. What happened under Biden and Kamala was treason at the highest degree, because they were just actively selling out the American people. I think the people across this nation deserve to know where their taxpayer dollars are going, because when you can spend money so frivolously on programs that you want initiated, programs that many Americans might be deeply opposed to, but you just fund whatever the hell you see fit, yeah, that's going to cause a lot of umbrage with the American people. Is the Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi, needs to put her foot down and get to the root cause of where all this missing money just ends up going. I mean, fair play to Elon Musk for all that he did in his tenure with the White House. What he uncovered with USAID was so earth-shattering that many people would not have believed that it's even possible to happen in this country. I mean, we were funding transgender operations in Sri Lanka for hundreds of millions of dollars every single year, and the American people had no idea about it. They always put these nice sounding names behind USAID, like Freedom for Democracy or some BS like that. But all the while, that money is not working for fighting for democracy. It's oftentimes doing the exact opposite of that. Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of those people in Congress I have the utmost respect for, because she does not just follow the crowd. She's not a sheep. Like a lot of the Democrats out there, they just follow the herd. If everybody's voting no on this bill, if Trump supports it, then you have to vote no. Just a very hive mind mentality. We should not be that way in this country. I mean, the nation was founded on the difference of thought, debate, open discourse, yet somehow in Congress, the Democrats always vote in unison and nobody ever defers for the most part. At least in the Republican Party, you have some dissenters. And it's clear, whenever I listen to this lady talk, she's only caring about the bottom line and putting American citizens first, and that's what I love. That's what we want out of our politicians. We shouldn't be focused on putting illegal immigrants first. We shouldn't be focused on putting politicians first. The American people, the backbone of this country, the people who make this country run. Because without that swath of people, this country would cease to exist. And she knows it, I know it. And soon enough, the whole world's gonna know it after Donald Trump's done with this term. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. What do you think happened with all that missing money? $42 billion. Who's responsible? Who's getting the kickbacks? Let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe, and wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.